I'm on page 54 of the math homework, and problems 1 and 2 kind of go over basically what we were doing on the front side of the page, so I'm going to skip down to 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay, it says here, Rachel earned $89.70 on Tuesday. She spent, well, if she's spending, that's a subtraction word. How much is she spending? $55.89 at the grocery store. And my question, how much money does she have left? Well, how much money did she start with? She started with $89.70. And if she spent, that's subtraction, she spent $55.89. So you just need to subtract to get that answer. And I'll let you go ahead and do that arithmetic on your own. Number 4, 1 carton contains 17/20 liters of juice. Another carton contains 0.87 or 87 hundredths of juice. Which carton contains the most? Well, since you're trying to compare to see which one has the most or least, you're going to be using the greater than or less than signs on this problem. And you're comparing 17/20. And then this is where the greater than or less than sign would go, to 0.87. Now, in order to be able to compare these, I would change this fraction into a decimal. And remember, to change a fraction into a decimal, you take the denominator 20 and divide it into the numerator 17. 20 can't go into 17, so you add your decimal, add a 0, and now you're doing 20 into 170, essentially. So go ahead, I'll let you do that math, and then you'll be able to better compare these two numbers. All right, number 5. Maggie jogged 7/8 mile on Monday and half of that distance on Tuesday. How far did she jog on Tuesday? Well, we have 7/8, and we want to know half of that. Of is our key word that tells us we're multiplying. So 7/8, excuse me, half of 7/8 we would be multiplying. So I'll let you go ahead and finish that multiplication. All right, let's go on to 6. Trig, I believe, has 3/4 package of marigold seeds. He plants 1/6 of those seeds in the garden and divides the rest equally into 10 flower pots. What fraction of a package goes in each flower pot? Now this problem, oh my goodness, this problem gave me fits. So let me kind of go through my thinking and the problems that I encountered when I did number 6. Okay, first of all, if I just estimate 3/4 is about 1, and then 1/6, I can do that pretty easily. So if he has one package and he spreads 1/6 of that out, he's left with 5/6. Okay, and 5/6 is about 1 again. If I'm continuing to estimate, divided by 10. Well, 1 divided by 10 is going to be 1/10. So I knew my answer had to be close or right around 1/10. Now I did 2 different problems and I estimated on both, so it may be off by a little bit more, but still this should be my benchmark. So I knew that going in. I know, okay, my answer is going to be around 1/10. Okay, and then let me tell you what I did the first time. This was my first mistake. So I did 3/4, and I said, oh, and this says of, and 1/6 of. So I thought to myself, okay, Mr. Music, just multiply. Okay, cross simplify, and you get 1/8. Well, here was my mistake. This is fine. What I've done so far is fine. But I took that 1/8 and just not slowing down, just going, okay, I did that part. Now I go on to the next part. I just took that 1/8 and I divided it by 10. Okay, and then I said, okay, no problem. Just do copy, change, flip, right? So 1/8 times 1/10, because 10 is the same thing as 10 over 1. And so I got 1/80th. And I realized, well, no, that can't be right. I've made a mistake, because look at my estimate. My estimate, it is way off. So I knew I made a mistake. So I said, okay, what did I do wrong? Let me go back. So let's go all the way back. No, yeah, we can stop here. So I went back and I was looking at, okay, 3/4, 1/6. This should be correct. This is correct. This is what the math I should be doing. And then I realized, Mr. Music, what I didn't think about what this 1/8 represents. Okay, this 1/8 represents. This means of 3/4, 1/6. If I spread out 1/6 of that, 1/6 of 3/4 is 1/8. So I spread out 1/8. So I started with 3/4 and I spread out 1/8. So this 1/8, this was just telling me how much of 3/4 I spread out. So now I can say, okay, well, if I'm spreading it out, I'm getting rid of it. So I couldn't subtract 1/6 from 3/4, because 1/6 is 1/6 of 1, right? This is representing 1/6 of 1. I wanted 1/6 of 3/4. Okay, 1/6 of 3/4 is different than 1/6 of 1. So once I got here, then I knew, okay, now I think I'm on the right track. So to subtract these, I have to change them both to eighths. So 3/4, if I want to change it to a fraction that's equivalent, has a denominator of 8, I have to multiply the numerator and the denominator by 2. So 3/4 is equivalent to 6/8, and then I subtracted that and got 5/8. So he ended up with 5/8 package of marigold seeds, and then he divided that amongst the 10 flower pots. Then I said, okay, that can be changed to 10 over 1, and now I'm back to my copy, change, flip. Cross simplify, 5 goes into 5 one time, 5 goes into 10 two times. 1 times 1 is 1, 8 times 2 is 16. And now look, I'm much closer to my estimate. I said, okay, now I'm good, I got it. So that's just shows the importance of having an estimate, because then it'll at least show you, okay, I made a mistake. What was the mistake in my thinking? Okay, here was my mistake in my thinking. I was doing 1/6 of 1 instead of 1/6 of 3/4. Okay. All right. I hope this was helpful. Again, if you have any questions, don't hesitate to raise your hand.